also learn about the Astana Challenge. If you solve the puzzle of the hidden messages in this book, you could win a luxury vacation. Looks like a hand coming out of the ground holding a golden ball or a golden egg. Tell me about that building.
That's totally bizarre.
Yeah.
It's
Hi guys, I've got a few hours to myself today, so I've quickly nipped out in the car and come to the woods again. It's a beautiful wintry landscape at the minute, snow everywhere. There's no Junior today, unfortunately. Junior's eldest daughter, it's her birthday today, so he's spending time with his family. And so it's just me and you, so hopefully you'll enjoy this. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. It's not even that cold really. To say it's only 1 degree above freezing, it's not cold at all. It's really nice. It is trying to snow again though. I love days like today because it's a test of skills really, more than anything. In conditions like this, people always moan about winter camping and getting out when it's snowing or it's raining, but for me that is the best time because that's when you can really put your skills to the test and see if what you've learned actually works. Hello. Hello buddy. Hello. Oh, you're really beautiful, aren't you? Showing your stick off to me. I said stick, alright? Stop laughing. So it's actually my birthday today. I'm 31 years old. And you want to know something really strange? Is that when I was born in 1987, on the 5th of March, it was snowing. Believe it or not. It was snowing on the 5th of March 1987, the day I was born. And here I am, in the woods, 31 years old, 31 years later, walking on loads and loads of snow. Strange how that works. Yeah, really strange. God, time flies. Jesus. Rabbits have been coming down this way. Junior will be absolutely gutted that he couldn't make it today because this place looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Here's a little side note for anybody that gets out filming. When you're in conditions like this where it's really, really cold, the cold will absolutely drain the life out of your batteries. So when you're not filming in between shots, take the batteries out of your camera, out of your drone, out of whatever, and just stick them in your pocket. And what you're not going to get is when you start trying to put your drone on or trying to film your next scene, you're not going to get your camera flashing up saying conditions too cold or battery too cold. And it's the last thing you want when you've trekked all this way out to make a film, like a video. So just stick them in your pocket, keep them that bit warmer, and yeah. When you've sawed your tree down, you're going to find that you've got all these little branches and things like that on there that you want to get off. Don't cut them off where you just chop the tree down. Instead, take it over to where your camp is and you can use these bits back at camp to get the fire started. Some people that I know in my personal life, some people on Facebook that I used to go to school with, etc., assume that because I was in the army, this is where I've learned all this bushcraft stuff, but in actual fact it's not. In fact, I didn't learn any bushcraft. Well, I suppose that's a lie. You do learn basics in the army, but you learn more about survival than you do bushcraft, and there is a difference. When I left, I took up wild camping. Obviously when I started watching wild camping videos, I came across bushcraft videos, and that's just where it stemmed from. But to say that I learned all that I know now in the army is probably incorrect. So yeah, anybody can do it. You don't have to be in the army to get out there and learn these skills. Okay, so as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 logs stacked on top of each other to form like a chimney. Underneath that I've split some wood to get the dry stuff. Basically this is going to allow my fire to be off the wet ground. So dry side up, obviously, that makes my platform for the fire to go on. Okay, so I finally got a fire going. It's probably taken me, if I'm honest, about an hour and a half. Okay, so all these YouTubers who think they can just go out there day in day out and use the same skills to get a fire going day in day out, or if that's what you're thinking when you watch these channels, it's not the case. Sometimes what works one day might not work the next day, and sometimes it takes twice as long to make a fire as it did the previous time you was out. It's just the way it goes. So it's always best to have different methods, different means of making fire in your arsenal, and just accept that in these conditions it's going to take time. You can't rush these things. But now I've got a fire going, that's all that matters. I've recently had a lot of positive feedback from the video when me and Junior headed out and got stuck in the car. If you haven't seen that video and you don't know what I'm talking about, just head back through my previous explores and you'll find one where me and Junior got stuck in the car in the middle of nowhere. There was some people that ripped into me for making mistakes and getting myself in that situation, but for me, bushcraft and learning all these different types of skills and documenting it, it's all about the learning process. Because bushcraft is very much that. It's a learning process, and it's all learnt through trial and error, and there's a lot more trial and error than there is success. So for all those bushcraft videos on YouTube that you might be watching from other people that never hurt themselves, never cut themselves, never get lost, never get stuck, never find themselves in a jam, it's a load of bullshit. Like I said, 1 second, it's snowing ashes now because one of the logs has just fallen off. Yeah, like I said, it's all bullshit. Them people do have trials, they do have errors, and they make a lot of mistakes. It's just that you don't see it. With me, you're probably going to see it because I'm going to keep it in. And the reason I'm going to keep it in is because I want to be able to look back on previous videos of mine and learn from them mistakes. Even as recent as that last trip with Junior where we got stuck in the snow, I look back on that now and there's things that I would do differently to what I did that day. But I maybe would go out there and make them same mistakes again if I didn't look back and see where I went wrong. So for me, documenting everything is vital. So I hope you guys appreciate that. But along the way, it might save a few of you from making the same mistakes I did. Shout out to my mum who bought me these for Christmas. Neckerchiefs, awesome bit of kit, especially to keep you warm. So I'll just quickly show somebody who doesn't know how to use these. Here's one that I've got, and I've already got one on here. So this one obviously can just pull over your head and be used to keep the wind out your face. Also keep your neck warm. But when it gets real cold on a night when I'm out camping, what I like to do is fold one inside out, take your cap off, hang on a tree, stick this over your head like so, and you can pull that back and you can have that as like a Benny hat. Stick your hat back on, and a few of you might have seen me do that when I wake up in the morning in the tent on previous videos, but that keeps your head warm through the night. And then what you can do is pull that out when you're walking and you are toasty and ready to go. Thanks, Mum.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
This is a balsam fir tree. I can tell it's a balsam fir tree because it's got these little bark blisters that run the full length of the tree. These have been used for many years by many different cultures for many different reasons. 3 of the reasons, 1 second, just let me pop one and show you. Inside is a residue. It should pop, 1 second. There you go. You see that stuff there? That is not sap. That is actually a clay resin called pitch. And people have used that. If you've ever had a slight burn on your hands, you've burnt yourself over the fire, if you rub this over the burn, it will ease that feeling of pain and the burn itself. Also as well, because of its texture, it's quite thick. People can stop bleeding with that as well. So if you cut yourself or you've nicked yourself with your knife, you rub a bit of that on the cut, it'll actually stop the bleeding. It's impossible to smell this and not think of Christmas because it smells like turpentine. And obviously turpentine is very flammable, so this can also be used for fire making. If you get a load of this and you rub it on a stick or something like that, it will hold a flame for a very long time. The tree itself actually uses this pitch as like a defense mechanism against insects and other pesticides that may invade the bark and kill the tree. So these are all basically a protection that the tree uses against insects and other invasions. A big mistake that people usually make when they're trying to find somewhere to camp or set up a poncho or something like that is they see these turned over tree stumps and assume that if they get behind that, it'll be some kind of windbreak and it'll be the perfect spot to camp. You're right, it will be a windbreak, but it's the worst place you can camp because basically when these things fall over, what they're doing is they're actually pulling all the ground up with them as well. So there will be a big delve in the ground, and what happens is that holds water, and yeah, you'll find yourself waking up in a big pool of water. Just stumbled across this. Some kids have obviously been attempting to make some kind of survival shelter. Can anybody see any holes in this design? You get it? hole in design. Ah, forget it. Never mind. Has anybody got any alternatives to Stranger Things? I'm kind of lost since it's finished. And there must be something else on Netflix that's quite similar. If anybody does know any series on Netflix that's similar to Stranger Things, please comment below because I'm lost without it. I'm broke. I'm a broken man, I tell you. I just sounded like the Pinocchio guy out of Shrek. What does he say? Real funny little character, I love him. I'm not sure who his voice is done by, but I definitely sounded like him just then. What does he ah, that's it, he goes, he says something like, "It's a thong!" It's a thong!
Quick, tell a lie.
What should I say? Anything, but quick.
Say something crazy like I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
Are you?
I most certainly am not.
It looks like you most certainly am all.
I am not.
What kind?
It's a thong. Ow! They're briefs.
Do you ever bump into these people? I seem to always come across these people. You know, the ones that are like, "I'll tell you this for nothing. I'll tell you this for nothing." Well, yeah, I hope so, mate, because I wasn't about to pay for it. I mean, you either want to tell me or you don't. I'll tell you this for nothing. And then there's the other ones. Then there's the other type of people. You know, David, his missus, Sheila. Nah, I don't know Sheila. You do? I don't. I don't know what you're on about. Dave and Sheila, who's that? You do. You know Sheila. 5 kids, big tits, blonde hair, moustache. I definitely don't know Sheila. Right guys, it's been an absolute pleasure being able to spend this occasion with you. I know you're not here in person, but hopefully there'll be enough of you to watch this video and get something from it. Even if it's not anything I've said, maybe just you enjoy the scenery. And I'm hoping my drone footage has come out alright. I won't be able to tell that until I get home and start the editing process, but fingers crossed we can pull something good from that. Yeah, absolutely been a great day. Only a few hours out here, messing around, exploring, but I've really enjoyed myself, so thank you for sharing this day with me, guys. And hopefully Junior will be back on the scene soon in the next video or two. And like I always say, take it easy, look after yourselves, and until next time, peace.
Everyone really bad about that.